information session for international graduate students. My name is Zhang Chen. I'm from the admissions office. Welcome all of you to Qinghua the enrollment channel. Today we are going to talk about the School of Social Science. First, let's watch the video together.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Social Science of Qinghua University. Our school is a foundational school of Qinghua University to connect the science, technology, engineer, humanity, and society. So we want to deliver a bridge to connect the excellent people all over the discipline and welcome excellent students to join us. We have diversified academic backgrounds. We have a political science, international relations, we have a sociology, and sports science. Qinghua University is the excellent university in China and in the world. We want to welcome all over the peoples all over the world to join us and make big contribution to the human being. So, in our school, we invite the excellent professors from all over the world, and we welcome the best students from China and the rest of the world. So we want to educate the excellent people to deliver the international public goods. So we create a lot of programs and a lot of scholarships to support the excellent people to learn from China. This is a good academic community, and this is also a good family. Everybody enjoy living and study in our school. We exchange our wisdoms and ideas each other. We learn from each other. We believe we are the best university in the world. We are the best school in Qinghua University. So we want to launch a lot of initiatives to give the hope to the peoples all over the world. In our school, we also create excellent platforms to share the wisdoms each other. We hope we can be the best guy in the world. So particularly in our school, we also want to pursue a great dream, not only for China, but also for the world. We share the best thing in the world. We are shared community of the human being. So please join us. We hope we can see you in our campus. We can see you in our school. We can see you in our classroom. We also have a diversified cultural activities. Everybody can find yourself. Everybody can find your dream and find the key to realize your great dreams. Please join us.
Okay, that was the Professor Zhao Mei's introduction to School of Social Science. Zhao Kejing is a professor of our school, and he is also the academic director of Master in International Affairs. So next, let's watch the admission video of Global Governance program.
world is changing with China's rising. So nobody can escape the capacity of global competence. Equipped with global competence, you will start an amazing journey of finding a new world and yourself. Here, we do not just talk about the world. We create it.
The goal of the MIAGG program is to cultivate future leaders, i.e., global governance talents with a deep understanding of China and the world, who boast exceptional practical abilities in governance and global communication skills. For this mission, we are dedicated to enhancing students' theoretical understanding and practical abilities in global governance, striving to equip them with a global mindset and shared values. We proudly boast a team of renowned scholars and senior professionals who are defining the frontiers of international affairs. With our world-class faculty, we are able to provide students with a balanced yet profound training in international affairs. It seamlessly integrates multiple disciplines, including political science, sociology, international relations, and economics, thus providing a diverse and cross-cultural academic environment where students can flexibly explore different areas of international affairs. On the other hand, the MIAGG program, with students' participation in governance projects, broadens their global horizons, improving their global awareness of international affairs and enhancing their ability to navigate international rules and negotiations. We are committed to nurturing future leaders who are needed more than ever.
What I wanted to share with everybody is that by coming to China and studying international relations, and especially in Qinghua, has allowed me to better understand China's perspective on world affairs. And we all need to understand, with this new configuration on the world stage, China is playing an increasingly important role. Therefore, understanding China's perspective is also becoming increasingly important. So I'd like to invite everybody to come to China, build your China story, so together we can better comprehend this world and build a shared future.
Qinghua University cultivates multidisciplinary talents equipped with a global vision, allowing us to effectively respond to the practical needs that arise from current issues in international affairs and global governance. The MIGG program is centered around enhancing global competence skills and taking students on a unique journey that integrates academia with a professional environment. Join us in shaping the future.
During my studies in Qinghua University, I saw how China solves its domestic issues and deals with global challenges through field research, practical approaches, and innovation. So come and join us in Qinghua and write your own China story.
In a world of transformation, the MIGG program at Qinghua University offers the new vision, knowledge, and skills needed to navigate with Chinese wisdom. We invite you to join us in shaping the shared future of humankind as a whole.
In this video, Professor Zhao Kejing and students from the Department of International Relations made a detailed introduction to this global governance program. For more information, please pay attention to the relevant notices on our application website. As we move forward and discuss what are the various opportunities that this school has to offer, we will talk about the Department of International Relations. Three programs that the department offers: Global Governance Program, Master Program in Chinese Politics, Foreign Policy, and International Relations, also known as CPFP. The department also offers the Tsinghua Johns Hopkins Success Dual Degree Program in Global Politics and Economics. Up next, we will discuss two of them. And in the first part, let's listen to Professor Huang Yuxin. He will discuss what both of these programs about. and the curriculums as well as admissions and financial aid opportunities. Let's learn.
All right. So very happy to be here. My name is Qinghua. I'm associate professor at Department of International Relations at Qinghua University. Today, I'm going to introduce our two master's program. One is jointly administrated by us as well as Johns Hopkins University. It's called Science Qinghua Dual Degree Program, and the other is called CPFP Program, only administrated by us. It is initial for abbreviation for the Chinese politics and foreign policy. Both programs are master's program. So before I'm going to start, I'm trying to introduce my a colleague on the American side. He is Brian McEntee. He is at the Office of Academic Advising. So he is our partner to run the science program as well. So for today's presentation, I'm going to quickly give you a brief review about the science and dual degree program as well as the CPFP. And in particular, I'm going to focus on the curriculum and course offering as well as the admission and financial aid information. So the key question is, because you know that both programs are run by us, and that means you would be expected to study at Qinghua as part of or all of your academic program. Therefore, the key question is, why would you like to study here? So we know that Beijing is a very vibrant city. So therefore, we would invite you to come here. If you want to join the dual degree program, that means you would also study at Washington, D.C. in the United States. So for both programs, we would offer an interdisciplinary approach and try to combine different perspectives from a Chinese as well as a Western perspective. We'll also offer courses taught in English, which would be covered later. So for both programs, we would help you to prepare for your career in various sectors, including financial sectors, government agency, as well as some multinational organizations. So in particular, we offer some courses in several functional and regional areas. Here's a brief overview. So these courses are taught in English. If you are in the dual degree program, you will also be taught by a professor at Johns Hopkins. So we would be able to offer some courses to help to sharpen your ability for deep analysis of global political and economic trend. And in particular, we hope you would be able to learn from some important solutions and try to figure out how we'll be able to engage with challenging global problems. Well, moreover, we try to offer some courses with some key areas, for example, developmental and international security studies, as well as some key regions, including China. So the dual degree program as well as the CPF program. So we actually accepted students from various regions as well as with diverse background. So here we try to give you some metrics about the GPA and our requirement about English proficiency. So for the science dual degree program, that means we would try to have these kind of admission process with Johns Hopkins as well as for our admission office. Moreover, for the CPFP program, we try to focus on student academic background. For both programs, we would require students, especially for those native speakers, to offer TOEFL as IETS scores as part of the evidence to demonstrate your proficiency in order to meet our degree requirement for those courses taught in English. So if you are a non-native speaker, you would be aware of these kind of academic requirements. Moreover, we would accept the student with higher GPA. So here we would not use it as a limit or bottom line to reject any application. Rather, we would like to evaluate your assessment in overall evaluation portfolio. So here, for the academic criteria, we try to focus on several things, in particular, academic preparation, international exposure, and foreign language aptitude. And moreover, if you are interested in some financial aid, you would be welcome to submit your application to the Chinese governmental scholarship, as well as to academic merit awards. Both would be processed or would be supported by us. Moreover, if you are in the dual degree program, you would also have the opportunity to apply for a side scholarship on the American side. So before I let it go, I just want to briefly introduce this program, and I hope that you would, get yourself well prepared and would be able to get in touch with various students with various backgrounds at both the dual degree program and the CPF program study at Qinghua University. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Okay, that was Professor Huang Yuxing discussing both the programs, what are the opportunities, what are the focuses of each program, and how you can apply. And we look forward to your time at Qinghua learning international relations from the dynamic city of Beijing. That's it. Now we move on to the next part where two international students will engage Professor Huang in the dialogue to understand the mission, vision, and priorities of the department, of the discipline itself, and what are their key concerns. I hope they can also answer some of the questions I'm sure you all have.
All right. So welcome here. Today we would have two faculty members talk and a conversation with our students. So I'm Yuxing Huang. I'm an associate professor at Department of International Relations at Qinghua University. So I'm very happy to have a discussion with two students here. One is Chris from Indonesia. He is a student from our CPFP program, Chinese Foreign Policy and Politics program. And the other is Han Jia. She comes from our program jointly run and administrated by Johns Hopkins University. That's dual degree program. So welcome here. I'm very glad to receive any question from the student. I'm happy to share my own perspective and experience with them. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Professor Huang. We first have some questions for our Department of International Relations. And could you tell us a little bit about our department, and just like when was it founded, and our missions and vision of the department?
All right, that's a great question. Thanks for that. Because you know that Qinghua is a university with many disciplines, and the university, began its international studies program many years ago in the early 1990s. So in my view, at that moment, the university began to realize the importance of the field. And in 1997, at that moment, the university established an Institute of International Relations. So that was the predecessor of the department. The Department of International Relations was established in 2007. At that moment, I was a third-year student at the university. I did my undergrad here. So, I was very honored to become a member of the department when it was recently established at that moment. And later, the department gradually expanded. So right now we have about 20 plus faculty members with students at different levels, at PhD, at master levels, and at undergrad levels. So I think that the vision of the department is try to train students with skills, especially analytical skills and language skills in international studies. And moreover, we would be very happy to train students to become future officials and diplomats and serve for the government. Well, here, I don't want to limit the scope within China, because we also train students elsewhere and who would like to pursue their academic as well as diplomatic career elsewhere. So we would be very happy to work with students with different backgrounds at different levels. Thank you.
All right, very interesting answer, Professor. So moving on, could you share us a little bit about the faculty staff, the scholars in this department, and who are the core personnels of our international relations department?
Well, you know that we actually want to study international relations from different perspectives.
and actually different people would have different approaches or orientations on different specific issue areas, and with different research focus with regard to countries and areas. So that's different. So in my view, I think that the current faculty members' expertise and strengths can be categorized into two major fields. One is about theory, and the other is about regional or area study. Well, in terms of theory, actually, I think the department has a lot of emphasize or strength in realist and new realist approach, but we are not actually limited to these particular research tradition. We also have liberal theorists as well as constructivists, and moreover, in terms of area study, I think that we have Japan expert, American expert, as well as Europe expert. Well, I think one of the unique feature or strengths of the department is that we pay a lot of attention to the trainings as well as research in methodology. For example, we have like comparative research and try to focus on some process tracing, stuff like that, as well as quantitative approach and big data. I think, in terms of these kind of social science research as well as international relations study, each field would require the combination of different approaches, and these would enable scholars to actually to further explore their research subject to a greater extent.
As you know, study life balance is really important for the well-being of us graduate students. So could you please provide a picture of campus life in Qinghua?
Well, I think that this is a matter of critical importance, especially in the context of COVID, because I understand that many students right now would have to conduct the online, these kind of learning and training, and extremely difficult. Why? Because you would lose the community sense. So I think that these kind of community and membership is extremely important for students to have a shared identity, as well as try to learn from each other. So this is a matter of normative concern as well as a matter of practical concern. So I really appreciate these questions. Well, in my view, that right now, students who would be able to live on campus, the university actually try to offer accommodation to a greater extent. And moreover, that these kind of Chinese restaurants here on campus would be able to offer a variety of food. So these actually would allow students, especially foreigners like Chris, who would be able to, get these kind of exposure of culture. And moreover, I think that these communication among different communities would be extremely important. Well, in practice, I think many students, it's a matter of their individual choice. They probably would want to stay on campus. They probably want to go sightseeing in Beijing. This is an urban metropolitan area. Well, I think that the most important thing is for foreigners as well as people who are not resident in Beijing, they would be able to know more about the city. And moreover, it would enable people to get new ideas from each other through these kind of daily communication. Well, I understand that this is a little bit different in China, especially at Qinghua, from elsewhere. For example, I stayed in the United States for 7 years. At that moment, the university cannot, offer a sufficient number of, on-campus housing for all students. Right now, we try to accommodate students to our great extent, and I think these actually offer student opportunity to interact with each other and do some extra curriculum activities. Actually, we have different groups of students who would like to, organize their cohort as well as their groups and organizations based upon shared interests. And these kind of interests would be irrelevant with their course. Well, this is a great opportunity for them to know more about new people, okay? The newcomer to the university, as well as to share their own experience with other people. So I think if you really have the chance to come here, especially in the context of the COVID problem, these can be a great chance.
Moving on for the questions for TSDM and CPFP program. Professor, could you tell us a little bit about those both program? And then maybe could you share us the difference on those two programs?
Okay, that's a great question because that I'm a coordinator of both programs. I think these programs were established before I joined the faculty. These programs were established in 2013. At that moment, the English taught program, the CPFP, mainly aims at to train students, especially foreign students, and to help them enable enable them know more about China. For a dual degree program, we try to establish the communication and these kind of channel between China and American universities. Well, we also know that Johns Hopkins is one of the leading universities, especially in the field of international relations, and therefore we try to get in touch with them. At that moment, Hopkins had actually had different alternatives and different choices. They had already established a research center in American study with Nanjing University for many years. So why they would like to choose us? Because for one reason, our university is in Beijing. So from their perspective, they want to diversify a little bit. And secondly, Qinghua is a great university. So I think these would be a cooperative relation of mutual benefits. So for the difference of the program, I think we need to first think about the different student background, because the CPFB mainly recruit people from foreign countries, but the Johns Hopkins University, the dual degree program, we actually admit students from China as well as the United States. So it is more specific with regard to these two countries, and that we try to have a different focus or orientations in our daily run of these kind of programs. For the CPFB, you try to give people, especially foreigners, more opportunity to know more about China. For the dual degree program, we try to establish these kind of communication channel between these two great nations and two great people. Thank you.
Okay, Professor, this is a question for the TSDM program. I'm just wondering what are the differences and connections between the programs provided by Qinghua and by SAIS?
Well, that we actually admit different people, at different rounds. For the Qinghua section, that means a student who would like to study here need to get more training in terms of quantitative study, in terms of area study, and in terms of theory. For Johns Hopkins studies, especially for people from China who would like to pursue their degree in the United States as well, they try to focus more on the American culture as well as more internship opportunity on their side. So I think that's quite successful. For American university who join these programs, they actually receive their training on the American side. So after they finish that part, they will come to Qinghua to receive the trainings on the Chinese side. Well, I think that in my view, the course offering on both sides seems to be complementary. They try to focus on different things. In my view, I think the SAIS program on the American side actually has a strong emphasis and strength in terms of practical training as well as exposure with governmental connection on the American side. That's extremely important because for the dual degree program, we try to let students know more, not only about theory, but how to apply those knowledge in the real world. So, if the people would be able to know more China and try to get more internship opportunity in the United States, I think these would allow them to get themselves prepared to become good global citizens.
All right, Professor. As you know, there are a lot of international relations programs around the world.
Yes.
So what differs CPFP program from them? And why do you think students from across the globe should choose CPFP program in Qinghua?
Well, that's a great question. Well, because that every year, even in the context of the COVID pandemic, we receive many applications every year. I think hundreds of. So that means we are very grateful that these people express their interest in joining our program. So I think from their perspective, based upon my reading of their application, I think that they apply to the CPFP program for three main reasons. One is they try to get rigorous training, especially in terms of Chinese politics and foreign policy. And I think that these kind of English top program, especially by the faculty member who receive academic training not only in China but also elsewhere, would give them opportunity to receive these kind of rigorous training. Second major reason is that that this program actually locates and run by faculty members in China. So they want to know more about China, okay? So that means, that they need to understand China better in order to get themselves improved, but that's not the only reason. They also want to contribute to the exchanges between the Chinese people and their own people, okay? So I think these would be the second strength that we would be able to attract so many applications every year. And the third reason I think is, could be more individualistic because, that some people, especially the student who have some background with people in China or who have these kind of social network with China in the first place, they also want to strengthen their existing network. For example, they want to know why their grandparents actually moved from China to the United Kingdom. Well, they want to know more about this, okay? So these actually is more individualistic. China is a huge country, and ordinary Chinese people would be able to have, different kinds of social network with different people at different parts of the world. So these actually gives another reason or additional incentive for people to overcome these kind of difficulties, especially in the context of the pandemic. Actually, I'm very grateful for these people who expressed their interest in our program because that for some people who would not be able to get visa, especially in the past 2 years, they try to overcome a lot of difficulties created by these, difficult situation. They need to solve these kind of different time zone problems. Well, some people would like to go to Hong Kong and try to, catch up with our program schedule due to their own efforts. I really respect this. Thank you very much.
What courses are provided within these two programs, and how could degree obtained in these two programs could enrich our academic understanding of international relations and China?
Oh, that's a great question because that course offering is one of the key components for the program. Well, I think for our English Hot program for both the dual degree program and CPFP, the course offering, we actually offer different courses for different pathway, but also these two programs would share some similar courses. So let me try to first emphasize on the similarity and then turn to the differences. On the similarity side, I think that both programs need to receive training in theory, in area study, as well as in methodology to a certain extent. And that we would be able to offer course in these three fields. Well, in terms of these kind of theory stuff, we try to offer courses in international security, including interstate conflict resolution, or civil wars, or these kind of foreign policy analysis. In terms of that these kind of functional or area issues, we would be able to offer course in terms of European politics, American foreign policy, Asia politics, Asian security, stuff like that. Okay, we would also be able to offer students some training in methodology, for example, research design and these kind of research design and writing courses. Well, these courses, meanwhile, would have different pathway in terms of course offering as well. For the CPFP, I think one of the key advantages is that the student would be able to write their thesis. So that would be a long thesis, mainly supervised by the faculty here. So that means CPFP students, most of them are foreigners. They come from foreign countries and want to know more about China. So they need to interact with their faculty and faculty advisor and thesis advisor and try to figure out a potential puzzle in a particular subject. So generally speaking, these can be a topic in different aspects of Chinese foreign policy and politics. Okay, so these intensive interaction with faculty member would allow students and enable students to get better to know China better and to know more. And moreover, they would be able to apply the skills that they have already received in their course offering in the concrete thesis writing. Well, for the dual degree program, when a student actually go to the United States, they need to do some internship there and try to receive these kind of think tank background. I think that's a unique feature of these programs. Moreover, when they try to discuss their thesis topic, they probably need to look at the expertise on the Johns Hopkins side and the faculty strengths and try to collaborate with the American faculties to a greater extent. Well, this is a great opportunity, not only due to the location, which might offer some internship and job opportunities, but also it would enable the student to know more about American culture. Well, that for the CPFP program, we also admit students from the United States. And these students said, I don't want to go to the United States anymore. I want to spend, 2 or 3 years China. So, we try to have different emphasis with regard to the orientation of these different programs. But the main goal is to try to give students the opportunities and resources for them to get themselves improved. Thank you.
At this point, I think our audience have got a comprehensive picture of these two programs. So could you please give some tips and recommendations for the students who are interested in these two programs, and how should we expect and prepare in advance before we come into these programs?
Well, I'm very glad that you asked me this question because, that as a program coordinator, many students just send me email about these kind of very important questions. Well, that from my perspective, I just want to speak for myself. I cannot, be on behalf of my colleagues. In my view, okay, I think I would like to focus on three major things. One is about your academic training. I think that's important because if you, have some prior knowledge about international studies before you come here, these would enable you to have a relatively easier, experience with regard to your study. Okay, academic background is really important. Second thing is about some analytical training or skills. Well, I think I would like to focus on two specific things. One is about language training. If you can speak many languages, that means you would be able to read, different sources from different perspectives. You would be able to get access to network in different countries. You would be able to expose yourself to different cultures, and these would enable you to have a better communicative skills. Okay, and the second thing is about quantitative training, because I think if you have already received some training in that field in terms of course offering and course taking, okay, in the past years, for example, in your undergrad study, these can be a great plus. Well, that means when you actually enter our program, it'll be easier for you to understand how to establish causation between different variables, because that would be easier. Well, the third major thing is about your external validity, I would say. What does it mean? It means I'm going to look at the recommendation letter to see how other people would like to evaluate your performance based upon your interaction with them in the past. Because, that we need your application material to speak themselves, okay? And these can be one of the key components. I'm going to pay attention to how you would interact with other people, how other people would like to evaluate you, and how they would say, your particular strengths and limitations based upon concrete examples. Well, I think that's a really helpful component and supporting evidence in the application. So in my view, I'm going to pay a close attention to these three components and try to draw some conclusion and write my recommendation for different applications. Thank you.
Okay, well, that was Professor Huang with two of the students at the Department of International Relations. We learned from the questions they have, and I hope that many of the questions I think you may have or want to ask have been answered. Regardless, feel free to reach out for any other queries, and I would also add this Slack was a minimum training session, because here Professor Huang also talked about the various diverse applications, the importance of the disciplines of international relations. Now let's try to understand how our students enjoy and experience the campus lab at Qinghua University.
Hi, my name is Jason, and I am in the TSDM program. I'm studying international relations at Qinghua, and I am from Hangzhou, China. One thing that I really like about the campus is that there's this really nice cafe called Shinian Cafe, and the ambiance is really nice.
Hello everyone, my name is Chumela. I'm from DRC Congo, and I'm studying international relations here in Qinghua, and I really like the gym. Yeah, it's so good. And when I'm in the gym, I feel like I'm a new person, especially in my boxing class.
My name is Lucy, and I'm from America. And I'm studying in CPFP program in Qinghua. And one thing I really like Qinghua is the sports activity in Qinghua, and I like to make new friends through these activities. So yeah, welcome to Qinghua.
So my name is Candice, and I'm from France, and I'm here at Qinghua for the CPFP program. One thing I really like about Qinghua is the canteen, and especially Zijing canteen with 4th floor, which is absolutely amazing. The food is amazing, and I really recommend it.
Hello, my name is Jude, and I am from Bulgaria, Lebanon. I came here for the CPFP program, which is 2 years. My favorite part of campus has to be everybody playing sport and me not being able to play sport, so I just stare at them, which is, I would say, the best part of life on campus. So if you like watching people play sport to inspire you, this is really a good place.
Hi, I'm William. I'm from Malaysia. The thing I like most in Qinghua is the library, because they have a nice coffee shop over there.
As you can see, of course, studies, but also sports, quiz, and various activities makes campus life at Qinghua diverse, engaging, and exciting. I hope you enjoy the views, and I hope that many of you will be able to experience some of that yourself at Qinghua. Now, moving forward, why is it that some of the international students, because 8 nationalities in the short span of more than 10 years, represent what we have at the Department of International Relations? Why are these students interested in Qinghua University to study international relations? What led them to this choice? And how are proceeding in their experience?
Why should you study Chinese politics and foreign policy at Qinghua University? Let's find out. My name is Grady, and I graduated with my master's from the CPFP program in 2021. Are you eager for an in-depth study of one of the largest and most important countries in the world? Do you want to get a first-hand look at Chinese language, culture, and politics? Are you eager to make new friends from all over the world? Then Qinghua University's CPFP program is right for you. Studying in the International Relations Department at Qinghua was one of the most rewarding academic experiences I have encountered. With the CPFP program, you will meet inspiring classmates from all over the world who will go on to be changemakers in the fields of foreign policy and international relations. With your cohort will come new opportunities to learn alongside a diverse group of people, collaborate with other brilliant minds, and make some new friends. The CPFP program might be the most successful and fun example of international relations itself. Throughout this exercise in international relations, you will also get quality teaching and mentoring from several of the top minds in the field of Chinese political studies. Throughout the CPFP program, you will attend classes ranging from IR theory to current practice in hot issues such as security, economics, and more. The professors at Qinghua are all outstanding in their own research, and in how they support your research as well. In addition to being able to attend top-notch lectures, I was able to form many close relationships with the excellent staff at Qinghua. My time at Qinghua during the CPFP program gave me so many great memories that will stick with me for the rest of my life. Whether it was heading up to the canteen after class to enjoy one of the best selections of Chinese food in Beijing, or working some of that food off at the gym with friends, I will always look back on my time at Qinghua fondly. Not least will I keep connected with all of the wonderful friends I made during the program. the diversity of perspectives they brought me, and a topic where diverse opinions are critically important will always help shape my own view of international relations. So, what are you waiting for? Come on and dive into international relations with your own international study experience and apply to Qinghua's CPFP program today.
I'm Julian from Germany and since 2020 part of the CPFP program. Having majored in the economy of Eastern Asia in my undergraduate studies and taking a keen interest in China's global outreach initiatives like the Belt and Road Initiative in my previous role, the CPFP program at Qinghua University seemed like the perfect next step in my education. My first year at Qinghua was a bit unusual due to the pandemic, but the professors and faculty made great efforts to transform the curriculum to online teaching. Due to the small size of the cohort of only 15 to 20 students per class, it was possible to have interactive debates and quizzes. And despite the challenges that come along with the long distance, it was definitely a great way to dive into a whole range of very interesting topics. From Chinese foreign relations into proliferation to conflict resolution and into more philosophical topics like ethics of globalization, the professors did a great job in conveying the Chinese perspective on these topics. We also had the chance to advance our Chinese language skills in dedicated Chinese classes and learn a lot more about Chinese culture. What I very much enjoyed about the CPFP program was a diverse body of students from all around the world. In my cohort we had students not only from Europe or the US, but also from Armenia, Singapore, Mongolia, Korea, and even the Ethiopian ambassador to China joined us for some courses. Being able to compare and exchange our perspective on many global issues made the classes even more interesting. After the global travel restrictions eased, I was also able to meet up with some of my classmates in person. After applying my gained experience in China affairs and practice at carmakers BMW's China Strategy Division in Munich during the previous year, I'm finally on my way to Qinghua right now. In fact, I'm currently here in the Xiqing building, which is the Qinghua campus hotel, and it's the last day of quarantine. So from tomorrow onwards, I will be able to explore the Qinghua campus, make new friends, meet some of my fellow students and professors finally in person. So yeah, very much looking forward to that.
Hello, my name is Daria. I'm studying at Qinghua University for Masters in Chinese Politics, Foreign Policy and International Relations, or as it's shortly called, CPFP program. In my opinion, this is an amazing program which unites people from all around the world with common interest and motivation to better understand Chinese politics, foreign policy, and also China's role in international relations through intercultural and interdisciplinary dialogue. During this program, you will be able to find a lot of friends, and together, you will have an opportunity to listen to the lectures of outstanding scholars and professors from Qinghua University, as well as to attend different events, carry out your own research, and participate in different and interesting team projects. You will be able to choose courses varying from policy to even psychology and science, so at the end of the program, you will gain broad knowledge in different spheres of social sciences. Well, studying at Qinghua provides you a lot of opportunities to attend different events and conferences, as well as to go on field trips. So you will not only get like theoretical knowledge, but also will be able to gain practical experience in public speaking, interviewing, and of course you will be able to explore Chinese culture, Chinese society, and of course try very nice and tasty Chinese food. Well, apart from academic activities, our university has 270 students associations covering interests from policy, like interviewing, to sports, gaming, and even innovation and entrepreneurship. So you will never get bored here and definitely find someone to share your interests and dreams. Okay, so you will get a lot of knowledge and broad understanding of social sciences, but you should remember that everything depends on you. As our university's motto says, 积善不息，厚德载物, or continuously prove yourself and hold the world with future. So yes, Qinghua will give you a lot of opportunities to continuously improve yourself, and it definitely will become your home and family. Oh, there is a tea ceremony here today. Well, I should go. See you at Qinghua.
Hello, my name is Symington Smith, Wei Ziming in Chinese, and I'm one of the students at the Chinese Politics and Foreign Policy program, CPFP, at Qinghua University. This is an amazing program, and really, in the last 2 years that I've been here, I've learned so much. I've always been a proponent, a supporter of studying China in China, so really being there in person to learn about the country that you are studying. My previous degree was also in Chinese studies and sociology at King's College London. And I actually picked going to Qinghua to the CPFP program over going to Columbia, simply because Columbia is located in New York City. It's not located in Beijing, the capital of China, and the place you should be if you're studying anything related to Chinese politics, foreign policy, economics, or business. We have a great faculty with many bilingual professors who have studied at some of the best institutions in the world and then brought that back, their knowledge from the field and theoretical, to Qinghua to teach to you. So it's a really great place to be, to immerse yourself in Chinese culture, to just be on the campus. Qinghua is such an amazing, beautiful campus that's just huge. And you get to make all these friends and really hands-on learn a lot about Chinese politics and foreign policy. And this will help anyone who is looking to work in the industry later on, and regardless if that's foreign affairs or that's Chinese studies or it's in academia or even in, you know, your nation's government or anywhere that could apply this kind of knowledge, even in the private sector. So yes, I do hope that many students will pick this program and follow the great example set by the other students that have taken this program and get to meet a bunch of interesting people and make friends for life and really learn about China firsthand. Thank you.
How that was some of our students who are studying Chinese politics, foreign policy, and international relations, all part of the SAS program. Why they choose Qinghua, why they choose to study international relations in the dynamic city of Beijing. So that was message for the School of Social Science, but I would also say this message and everything we talk about today, everything we learned together today is also reflective of the Qinghua truly presence, which is a family, which is a feeling of dynamism and nurturing, truly valuing our international students, our international faculty, and the diverse perspectives from across the world. We warmly welcome you to extend your query to reach out to us and help us understand how we can also further be more inclusive, help understand more perspective, and continue to grow Qinghua as one community, as one family. So this was for today's online information session for international graduate students. We look forward to expanding our Qinghua family towards more countries, more regions in the world, and to helping build a community with a shared future. And we look forward to seeing more of you on campus with us at Qinghua. For more information, please send us an email. School of Social Science. Look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for watching today's admissions talk.